Hey, I got a penis. Whoop whoop. Hi and welcome to this week's weekly waffle. This week I'm going to talk about dick pics. I guess it's more of a question more than anything else, in that I just don't get it. I really don't get it. I can't quite work out whether it's just because I find it the height of inappropriate behaviour, like bad manners, or whether I think that people are just a bit demented. I don't know. So I was talking a lot about like using Snapchat, and I really like Snapchat because it's so kind of disposable and throwaway, and I can talk, like, it feels more honestly about a lot of stuff that I wouldn't probably on Instagram, because, you know, it's a bit la-di-da. And I like the fact that people can message me, and that's cool, and you can have some cool chats. But I've now got into this habit where I don't answer messages for ages. I mean, I was terrible on Facebook anyway. Give up, don't send me a message on Facebook. Because it's like over 200 now, and I can't. And everyone just keeps replying, and then it never ends. Twitter's your best bet. So yeah, with Snapchat, and I'll sit down and I'll go through them, and then it's just dick pics. And sometimes it's quite late in the evening and I just want to sit down and reply to some messages, and I'm eating dinner. I really don't want to see a penis while I'm eating. I mean, I don't really want to see a penis that's unsolicited at any time, if I'm perfectly honest. I just don't understand. Like, when did it suddenly become like a completely and totally okay thing to just send pictures of your anatomy to people? Don't get me wrong, I get it. If you've like been Tindering someone or whatever, and that's what you want to do, fine. Personally, I would never send a naked photo of myself anywhere, because you just don't know. And like Snapchat, it's not like it disappears. People can take that. You can get into a lot of trouble, and then that's there forever. Best bet, right? Top tip: get yourself a Polaroid camera, take some dirty pictures with that, and then just make sure you get them back and they haven't taken actual pictures of them. And there's no negative, if you really must. Or just make sure that you're completely unrecognisable in said photo. Just, you know, cut off your head, if you must. I've always been someone who's been like really careful about that, because you just don't know how things are gonna go in a relationship, and whilst it's all like lovely at the start, it's not lovely at the end. It never is, right? So I don't know why you'd open yourself up to that problem. Also, another top tip: don't automatically sync your things to iCloud, because the security questions on iCloud are terrible. I know people who've had them hacked and had like effectively ransom for photos. So just, yeah. Anyway, I'm digressing. So, penises. Right. What possible mental motivation is there to send one? Now, I'm interested to know if any of you guys out there have ever sent a dick pic. Was it solicited, or did you just send it because you thought, hey, I got a penis? Whoop whoop. Is it? I mean, I don't know. I would really like to know why you thought it was appropriate. Because it's kind of like, well, it is. It's like internet sexual harassment. I mean, would you just get your cock out in front of someone in a restaurant? Probably not. I mean, I don't know what you get up to. I don't really understand, like, when did it become like this really normal thing to do? And it's so prolific. It's not just like, oh, once every month. It's like every 5th message. It's just a joke. There was one guy, I have a folder, by the way. I have a folder of all of these. I screen grab all of them and their usernames. So if you send me a dick pic, it will be part of my catalogue. And then one guy was accusing me. He's like, oh, you perv, keeping the picture. I was like, sorry, I'm the perv. I didn't just get out my baps and like send you a picture of them completely unsolicited, although he probably loved that, whatever. One guy, Matt, he did an entire Snapchat story of him masturbating. Like in the panic when it happens, you're like, oh, penis, quick, get that off the screen, and you're like furiously tapping, and you can't remember how to use Snapchat, and the penis is there and it's being whacked off, and you're like, oh, I don't want to see how this ends. And I kept like tapping through, and it just went through the whole story, and it was him basically just masturbating at different points of the day. There was like 8 images or something, no, sorry, 8 videos there. And to be fair, quite logistically challenging. I mean, some of them he ejaculated within that 15 seconds. I mean, that's some skill. Like, oh, let me film that bit. Oh no, wait, cross that out. And again, oh, no. I mean, that's some dedication. That guy really, really, really wanted me to see him ejaculate. Why are guys just so proud of their penises? It's like a weird trumpet noise that you've just sent across the internet, like, I have an erection. Woo! Check it out. Look at me with my non-flaccid penis. Why should I care? I mean, honestly, it's as impressive as saying, like, a girl makes me fart. Do you know what I mean? The only time it would be vaguely complimentary, and this is the one and only time, if you had had some kind of erectile dysfunction for like 30 years or something, or had been, you know, I don't know, like with a broken penis for a substantial period of time, and then you saw a woman and you got an erection, or something about her gave you an erection. Only under that specific singular experience would that be a compliment to a woman. Like saying, oh, you give me an erection is, yeah, basically like saying, oh, you give me gas. You're gonna get a bunch of other farts at other times that are unrelated to me, probably several, you know. It's literally like an automatic, like, body reaction. It's actually got nothing to do with me because I can't actually control anything about my physical appearance. It's like you like me or you don't. That's really nothing to do with me. So how on earth is it a compliment? It's not a compliment. Like, why would you think anyone would care? I mean, some people, like, obviously they've got quite a big dick, so they send a picture and I think it's like, hey, look at my big penis. It's so big, don't you want it? You want it in you. Well, they don't do that, obviously. Well, they should. At least it'd be a little bit more interesting. Look at me, I have a really big penis. Don't you want to have sex with me? No, I mean, first of all, if the penis is super big, and I did get one from a guy who was just walking down a river, weirdly, I don't know why he was walking down a river. It was basically a tripod. I'm not kidding, this thing came down to his knee. No woman is interested in that, because ow. No one needs that in their life. No one needs to have their internal organs poked and jostled about, okay? Nobody wants that, it's not impressive. I mean, unless you're gonna be at some kind of like sideshow and we can point and laugh. Sorry, that sounds mean, I shouldn't say that. It's not their fault that their penises are too big. Although I will make fun of this one guy because he sent me a picture of his penis. It was just like, he was walking down this stream, it was a video. I've got some crap, ironically I can't show these to you because it would get flagged. And he was just walking down and it was honestly like an elephant trunk just swinging around. He's like, you like? I'm like, well, not really, no, thanks. Do they think that, hey, I've got a big penis, every woman wants to get on that? Is it some sort of like lie that men have been told through the years that if you have a big penis, women just want to hop on it? I don't know, because it's not really a thing, particularly. I mean, we have vibrators. If we really needed something, you know, long or whatever, that desperately, we'd just do it ourselves. It doesn't have like a really gross, inappropriate man attached to it. Turn it off, put it in a drawer, it's quiet. Wow, that sounds terrible. Sorry, I'm just kidding. I mean these specific guys who are sending dick pics, I don't mean all men, that, not at all. Is there some kind of chat room somewhere where guys who have sent an unsolicited picture of their penis then go, hey, I totally got laid because I sent Julia that photo and she was like, boom, here's my address. Come round, let's get on it. Man, creepy man, come to my house. I don't know, could be a murderer. Plus also, all us women think you're all murderers because that's what we've been brought up. Everyone's a sex pest, everyone's a murderer because that's what they teach you at school. Sorry. And the thing is though, these guys do not do anything to help your case that you're not all murderers and weirdos, because they're weirdos. Why would you do that? And sadly, most women have had some like really inappropriate sexual experience, like an unwanted experience. Most women have had several in their lifetimes, whether that's, you know, like in a club or like on a train or like when you're a teenager and there's creepy people around you all the time, just saying weird things, doing weird things. Sadly, we have kind of a jaded perspective of men, a little bit, and these guys just make it worse because most guys aren't freaks. Unfortunately, the most vocal ones tend to sort of mar that sort of perspective. And it fundamentally changes how you behave as a woman. So I'm quite chatty, might guess. I like talking to people, except on Snapchat, because on Snapchat I just get like sexually harassed every time I try and talk to people, and it just doesn't make it fun. So these guys, this like small minority of guys, are effectively changing how women behave and changing how they treat other men. And you can't help that, because we're just sort of trying to protect ourselves, and I try not to, and I do try and still go through the messages, but you know, naturally I'm just sort of thinking, I don't really want to look at a cock while I'm eating dinner. I just wanted to raise the question, like, why does anyone actually know the answer to this question? And whilst like YouTube's getting a little bit better, Twitter's getting a little bit better, Snapchat is still fundamentally, yeah, just not a super pleasant place to be if you're a girl or a woman. I know, let me know your thoughts. Do you know why these guys do it? Can we get some sort of survey out to find out the reasoning behind sending penises? It's really not a compliment. It's really not a compliment. And actually, because all women have been threatened in some way by men growing up, sending a picture of a penis is kind of a little bit threatening. You might be the nicest guy ever, but I don't know that. You're just a man, random man, who sent a picture of his penis to me, which in itself feels quite threatening. It's like, what are you saying? You're gonna come here and just take it if I don't give it? You know? There's a lot of other stuff that underlies that, like, generally speaking, oh, just laugh it off, and oh, it's all a bit of fun or whatever. But you never really know the motivation of some men. As women, we've all been in that situation where you think, oh, just laugh it off, it's just a bit of fun, and we've all got ourselves into trouble. Like, it's like one of the biggest, when they've interviewed like rape victims and stuff like that, where they sort of said to themselves like, oh, don't just be silly, you're just being silly, don't interpret it that way, it's just, you know, it's not like this. Effectively, when we ignore like our kind of like women's intuition or whatever, when we're in a situation that doesn't feel right, we tell ourselves just to ignore it, because we're always being told, oh, don't be such a prude, don't ignore it, it's fine, you can sleep in my bed, I won't try anything. Guess what happens next? Every single time that has happened, or that phrase has been said to me, every single time. So you can sort of understand why we aren't particularly fans of that, per se. I mean, you could doodle it up, draw some glasses and a moustache on it, like get a bit creative. I mean, just God, just like a sad old masturbation video. Come on now, make a proper story out of it. Like he's make some dodgy porno out of it. I don't know, like he's coming to fix the photocopier with his other little dildo friend or something. You know, do some funny voices. I mean, jazz it up. Make it non-threatening as opposed to just splooging all over your phone, which is weird. That you need to share that with people. Anyway, I would love to know your thoughts. I'm really interested to see how this plays out on YouTube. Let me know what you think below. And also, if there's any other topics you'd like me to talk about, or I've mentioned before but maybe haven't gone completely into, let me know, because it's like, it doesn't really take much to set me off. Don't do dick pics. No dick pics. Okay, if a girl wants a dick pic, she'll ask for one. It's just manners. It's just bad manners. Bye!